first time, I'm Amber Adams, a romance writer, and this is Romance in the Media! Yay! So, this video is going to be me mostly talking about my upcoming release for this shiny new year! Hooray! Okay, so I am steadily working on book 2 for my Games of the Gods series. I'm about to enter the editing phase. So just to be able to hand it off to my editor, who is excellent, and she's been eager and waiting for this, and so have I. It's been a pretty long road to get to here, but book 2 is just about ready to be sent off. And then I am on schedule so far for the summer release. Hopefully, summer is coming. I shall be doing a cover reveal within the next few months, so you should tune in for that one. What I'm working on for this year, besides the book 2 release, is I'm also planning to release a first book in a prequel trilogy called Angels and Demons. It's probably one of my spiciest novels so far. I mean, it's the first draft and the first and second draft are done. And I'm just taking things out because right now it's looking like it's a pretty big epic. It's a pretty big story. Lots of spice and adventure and lots of good stuff. But there's a few other prequels that I am planning. One features my main dude, my guy, my character from Games of the Gods, Ivan Ketsev. It will be focusing around him. I've got about 4 novels in the works for him, his adventures, his mysterious youth. He's the man. He's got a lot of secrets. If you were to read Games of the Gods, you might wonder what they are. So I will be laying that out in his own series, but that will be released not until after the 7th book of Games of the Gods comes out. So it's going to be a little while yet, but I am working on it, and maybe I'll give you guys a teaser one of these days. Who knows? He's full of mystery, and he's crafty and sneaky and fun, and I hope you guys enjoy his character and his adventures and his life. It's pretty much his life that I'm going to be writing up. So also, the only releases that I'm trying for this year is the Games of the Gods book 2 and the Angels and Demons trilogy. The first book will be released hopefully close to October, which I'm calling Soulbound, so be on the lookout for those. One of the reasons I can't be completely accurate with my release dates is because I'm an indie author. So what that means is all of the editing, covers, promotions, money comes out of my pocket. I have to be able to afford them. So it might be a little bit longer between releases. Doesn't mean I've stopped working on anything. Believe me, there's been no break. I don't get breaks. I don't want breaks. I like what I'm doing. So there's always something coming out of my head. I'm always writing something. It just depends on how the money flow goes. If I can release them when I plan to or not. Sometimes I want to try to get out 2 books a year, but I might only be able to get out 1 book a year. So we'll just see how it goes. If I manage to win the lottery, hey, yeah, then I'll be able to get as many out as I can, you know? But until that golden dream happens, it'll be as quickly as I can. So I apologize for that, but you know, money, what was it? Money talks? Yeah, I don't speak the language apparently. But anyway, I have, let's see, got my notes. I did do a reading, I picked a scene from Starspark, Games of the Gods, first book here. I did a reading a few videos back. So if you want to check that out to see if it piques your interest or makes you want to read it. It's a spicy romance urban fantasy. So I suggest, if you're interested, to go check out the links I will post where it's available in the description below. There's lots of steam, gods, monsters, dangerous plots, sexy dudes, brilliant ladies, and swords, and oh my gosh, it's all in here. It's super fun, and I'm sure if you were to pick it up, it would be fun for you. Hopefully it's fun. Now, I don't only write in the urban fantasy genre. I am first and foremost a romance author, a romance writer. But there's one program out there I'd like to give a huge shout out to, and this website is called Word Hippo. If you're a writer, you know what I'm talking about. This website is super cool, and when you've used, it's a thesaurus. It's a thesaurus. So it's an online thesaurus. It's fun. It gives you all kinds of suggestions when you've used the same word for the 100th time and you're ready for a word that means the same thing, but you're tired of using that one word. And you look on Word Hippo and they have tons of suggestions, tons of everything that you could possibly want. And it's in other, they also have the UK version of the word and they have your version and the American version of the word. So you can pick and choose which one fits your work better. But I do love that website. I mean, if it ever gets taken down, I will be super sad and I'd probably cry because this website has helped me a lot, trying to find the good words to use, and it's a good website, and I highly recommend going there if you are a writer yourself. So I don't only write in the urban fantasy genre, so I have a slight sci-fi idea coming out. Not really sci-fi, it's mostly romance, but it takes place in a futuristic setting. It's about 40,000 years into the future. I'm not good with tech, not at all. So I don't know how any of it works, and I'm not going to be explaining how any of it works, but they'll just be using starships and this and that. But it's a big, lovely romance, and it's a lot of fun. I've already outlined it all, and I've already written a first couple of paragraphs to it, so it's working. It's a brewing there in my head, and I'm having so much fun with that. And if I know I mentioned it before that I am totally addicted to Korean dramas and Korean television, and so I even came up with an idea that follows a similar formula as Korean dramas do, and I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, the stories are so fun and energetic, and the dudes are super hot, and the ladies are super adorable, and oh my gosh, they're such good, emotional and funny, and they're so good. And my idea might be a little bit spicier than what I see on the television, because in most Korean dramas, what you're gonna find is they do a lot of fade to black, but they do a lot to the lead up. They have a lot of tension building to, especially that first kiss. That one might not even happen for a while. Might not even happen for 750 million episodes, but you're waiting for it. You feel the tension. You want that tension. So that's probably going to be what's heavily in mine too, but just a little spice, add a little more spice to it because hey, that's what I write. And what my idea, it's got. I'm already written some of it, so some of it's already started. Sorry, there's in my eye. My hair's in my eye. Anyway, so anyway, I think I should put that on a t-shirt or something. So anyway, I have this. If you watch Korean dramas, you will understand that my idea is based on the whole contracted relationship thing, which I think is super fun, and that's going to be explored in my my lovely romance based on Korean drama formula. It'll be great. I'm super excited about it. Now, when I am working on stuff, it's pretty crazy in my head, because I'm not just working on one book at a time. I'm working on several, whether it's editing, whether it's development, whether it's outlining. Man, my brain just doesn't rest. It doesn't stop. So I have my list of when how many books are in each series that deal with my urban fantasy, my spicy romance urban fantasy. World of Adawar, that's what I'm going to call it, because there's like at least 25 books that I'm working on, but there might be more depending how big the idea is. After I've outlined it all, I might decide to spread it out a little bit or pull it back, who knows. But my romance urban fantasy Adawar world, I have, you know, the Games of the Gods, the first series, the start off series, the kickoff series. It's got, it will have 7 books. There will be 7 books. Yeah. And book 1 has been released. I'm working on book 2. Book 3 has already been, the first draft is completed, so I have to go back and make it beautiful, because if I were to send it to you guys now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this monstrosity? This is horrific. It's a bad first draft, I'm not even kidding. But first drafts usually are, so I'm okay with this. But I will make it beautiful, and hopefully it will be ready for a 2024 release. Hopefully springtime. Again, money is a factor, so I have to see what the bank says. But yes, Games of the Gods will have 7 books. And now my Angels and Demons trilogy, 3, so 3 books. The trilogy is a complete prequel, takes place 5 years before Games of the Gods does. Yeah, you meet one of the main characters in Games of the Gods book 2. You meet Allegra in book 2, and she is the main character for Angels and Demons trilogy. So you'll meet her there in this series as well. And then my other series, The Flame of Lior, will have 4 books. The first book in this series is a prequel. It takes place about 2 years before Angels and Demons, so you will meet the main character, Rion, in Angels and Demons book 1. So you will meet her there. And that first book is the only prequel in the actual series. When I start book 2, it takes place 2 years after Games of the Gods is completed. So I want to say, like, I don't know, give it about 7 years. So this Flame of Lior spans 7 years. So yeah, so it spans 7 years, but one starting before Games of the Gods, the rest starting after. I have another series that I'm working on, Jewel Thief, which will have 4 books. And that takes place at the same time as Games of the Gods book 3. And you'll meet Lorelei Hutton in Games of the Gods book 3. So you'll meet her there. She's a fun character. She's witty and smart and clever. And she's like probably, you know, she's a thief, so she's pretty sneaky, and I love her to death. And I hope you guys enjoy her story as well. I have another trilogy that I'm working on. This one, it takes place in the 1500s, so we're going back another way prequel, a big prequel. Let's go back hundreds of years, where a book that's called the Moonspun Trilogy. So we have books 1 and 2 taking place during the 1500s, and then you have the 3rd book in that series taking place in the more modern time. And you meet one of the main characters, Takeshi, from all 3 books. You meet him in book 6 of Games of the Gods, which you haven't even seen yet, but it's already outlined, it's already there. So you will meet him in that book, and you will wonder what his story is, and then I will give it to you. But you will meet him. And if you read this book, you've already met Sonata. And she pops up. She is one of the main characters in book 3 of my Moonspun trilogy. So again, it spans. This one's probably the most complicated to explain, because 2 books take place in the 1500s. 1 book takes place in the modern time. So that's kind of sort of prequel for the first 2 books, and then not really for the 3rd. I don't know. I don't know how I would have categorized that. But yes, there's some prequels here and there. Then I have another book that I'm focusing on, King Hector of Amorous, the country Amorous, where she's from, Kyra's from, where all the characters are from. And that one I'm calling The Rose and the Crown. I don't know if that one's going to be a series. So far, it's one book, but I might have to be two because I think it's going to be too big. So I might have to spread it out a little bit. So I might have to make it two. So it will be, you don't really get to meet him in any of the Games of the Gods or any of the Angels and Demons. You don't meet him, but you hear about him a lot. And I'm really excited about his story that I'm going to be telling. He's got a pretty good one. And then also his sister, Princess Daphne, she's going to be having her own book as well. I guess you could put those two in a series, but not have them really be related. More like a family line series, I guess. You know, kind of like Bridgerton, I guess, you know, where some characters overlap, but the stories they don't really, I don't know, they don't really, they connect, but not really. They're not a set series. It's not a set series, but a family series, yes, yes. Family line series, maybe. I don't even know how I'm explaining this correctly. You're probably all confused. She's like, what is this lady? She's so weird. She's so confusing. I don't know what to do. Should I listen or should I exit the video? Keep listening. You never know what I'm going to say or do. That's the fun of this. I also have another series that I'm working on, The Soul Bounty Agency. You will meet one of the characters, one of the main characters, Callie, in book 7 of Games of the Gods. She'll appear like right around the ending episodes, but you will meet her there. But there's so much going on in my head that I'm never not working on something. Another series that I'm working on is a Yin and Yang series. And you meet Sasuke in book 3 of Games of the Gods. He's one of Ivan's friends. You will meet him in the 3rd book of Games of the Gods, yes. He has a tiny little snippet, a little piece, but he will get he's one of the main characters. He's not the main character, but he is one of the main characters of Yin and Yang series, which is about 3 books so far. Who knows? It could be 4. Again, a big idea. It's like, my biggest idea has been 200,000 words, but I had to cut that down. So, yeah, I don't write small. I wish I could write smaller epics, but it's not, I don't know, it's rough. I always tell a big, epic, grand story. So, I think this one has been the shortest, word-wise book that I have ever written. It was at about, I want to say 85,000 words. If you think that's a lot, wait till you get a load of book 2. It's like, I finally cut it down. It was 200,000 words, but I've managed to cut it down to 181,000 words, yes. But there are reasons why the word count is so high in that book. It's just, it's if you were to read it, then you would know why. I have certain characters that don't speak with contractions just to differentiate between time periods and worlds. Like the gods, they do not speak with contractions. So it's like if more than the majority of characters are speaking without contractions, it kind of makes the word count grow a little bit. And that's where I run into the problem of that having a higher word count. It would probably be at about 140,000, which is still kind of high, but it's not super big. It's not super big. If I didn't have to do that. So I just want to give differences between time periods and how people speak. So I eliminated how they speak without contractions. Now contractions in the descriptions are there, so I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy, just a little crazy to make them all speak. The majority of them in book 2 of Games of the Gods speaking with less than, less contractions. Only 2 people will be speaking contractions for most of the book, so that kind of pulls my word count away, far away. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, huh? So yeah, I'm super excited about these series. As I said, I'm never not working on something, and I'm never not working on one thing at a time. It's always back and forth. Okay, am I going to work on, my main focus is Games of the Gods, because that series, I'll try to get out at least one book a year for that series. And then the other ones are like a treat in addition to. So I'll also, Angels and Demons book 2 probably won't be out for at least 2 years, because I also got to get out book 1 for the Jewel Thief's got to come out, and then I have to get book 4 out, 3 and 4 for Games of the Gods. My schedule is crazy, and I just hope I am able to keep up with, with everything, to give you guys wonderful tales to enjoy. So, yeah, my writing will always have tension and spice. That will never change, as I am first and foremost a romance writer. Everything else is gravy, baby. Everything else is gravy. Yes. But if you want to check out Starspark, I will be posting links in the description below of where to find it. Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Kobo, and now Smashwords. All the online sites, you'll be able to find it. Also, I'm letting you all know that Amber Adams Romanticy Books now has a merch shop where you can find t-shirts and mugs. Lots of fun stuff with like the cover on it and like logo. It's super cool and it's super fun. I love mugs. I'm a big mug collector. So maybe I'll get a couple and do an unboxing and just see how cute all the stuff is. It's adorable. It's over at Spring Tea. Again, I will post links of where to be able to look around at that shop for. It's super fun stuff, and I will take. I'm getting all stumbling over my words. I always tend to do this, and I don't know how to edit anything. Oh, yay me! Tech is not my thing, as you can see. But anyway, I did post. I'm going to remind you. I did post a reading video where I read a big scene from Games of the Gods. It was about Kyra and her best buddy Kitaro. They had a little incident that they had to solve or figure out, and it was fun. And if you want to check that out, it's a few videos back. It's like there's like a big Christmas tree in the background, me in a Santa hat or something. I don't really remember, but I'll have to go check. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I've got for you today. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going now. My notes ran out, so I'm just kind of rambling on and on and on. This is where editing would help me. Well, anyway, that is all I've got for you today. So until next time, friends, I will see you soon. La, da, da.